If you are looking to park capital in traditional brick-and-mortar retail, the data suggests you are staring at a dead end. Look at the modern gas station. It is a completely saturated space where every corner is already occupied, leaving no room for aggressive new growth. This chart illustrates the saturation problem. Next to gas stations, traditional yoga studios hit that same ceiling, maxed at 100% capacity in a red dead market zone. In this crowded space, offering hot, cold, and regular yoga provides no competitive moat. The founder's strategy targets a specific weakness, the industry-wide reliance on consumer satisfaction. In this view, constantly trying to please the customer is a strategy that has reached its limit. The initial pivot concept for this brand was a retail environment, originally envisioned as a gas station, where the primary service was simply telling the consumer they were a total loser. This concept was eventually ported into a more vulnerable sector. This is the corporate identity of the Fyaysballsy Bafdum Ashill yes, yoga and wellness centers of America. The founder's thesis is that by discarding satisfaction in favor of targeted outrage, a company can access a level of financial return that traditional models cannot reach. This inversion of service norms is a maneuver to monopolize an entirely new market category by weaponizing the consumer experience. It is a strategy designed to extract wealth by moving in the opposite direction of the entire service industry. Acquiring high-net-worth clients starts with the fabrication of a peaceful, enlightened persona, specifically curated for the wellness demographic. The brand creates a detailed history for a fake Indian yogi named Fyaysballsy Bafdum Ashill. The external messaging insists this figure is dedicated solely to yoga and the spreading of joy. To test the boundaries of this market, the studio includes absurd offerings on the menu, most notably a class called cold yoga. This acts as a cold yoga filter. As the wellness market moves through this layer, skeptics are filtered out, leaving a highly gullible demographic at the bottom. This is the point of conversion. The client commits to the illusion and hands over their credit card. Every step of the bait phase is designed to lead the client to this moment, ensuring they are in a state of total psychological vulnerability when the transaction is secured. The second the payment clears, the peaceful facade is dropped. The pivot from enlightened wellness to active hostility is instantaneous. This typography animation reveals the weaponized acronym. The yogi's name dissolves into, "Fuck you and your stupid balls, how about you eat shit?" The staff informs the client the yogi was a fiction, launching targeted verbal abuse against their intelligence and physical attributes. Following the verbal attack, the operational protocol moves to a secondary phase, a level of physical intimidation framed as a necessary corporate escalation. The founder authorizes physical tactics. Staff members give the client a slight shake or a little push, not to cause injury, but to ensure they feel physically cowed. By combining verbal domination with physical shock, the brand creates a traumatic experience that ensures the customer will never forget the encounter. On a macroeconomic scale, the company's growth is powered by a single core principle: all publicity is good publicity. The predicted response from a high-net-worth client who has been insulted and shoved is immediate. They take their grievances to platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter to express their horror. This is the viral outrage loop. Customer abuse triggers social media outrage, which in turn generates massive amounts of free organic publicity. This loops directly back into new customer acquisition, removing the need for a traditional advertising budget. As the cycle repeats, it achieves rapid scalability. The company leverages societal outrage to drive free, continuous market penetration across the country. This strategy represents a shift away from the polite business practices of the late 90s. It is a modern, aggressive model of capital accumulation. Potential investors are presented with a clear choice. They can settle for the stagnation of a traditional business, or they can invest in hostility-driven wealth. This model offers a stake in a lucrative future defined by outrage-driven global commerce. The only question is whether you will join the quest.